G'day, my name's Mark, and today I'm going to talk about web statistics that we provide to all our clients that have a cPanel account with us. Web statistics are built in to the cPanel account, so to have a look at the statistics for your website, the first thing you need to do is log into cPanel. Now an easy way of doing that is going to avantihousing.com.au/cPanel. Alternatively, you can change this part here to your own website and just follow it with /cPanel. When you press enter, it'll ask you for a login, which is your cPanel account and your password. If you haven't got those details, please do give us a call or contact us by email at support@avantihousing.com.au, and we'll be able to provide those details to you again. So let's log in. Once you log in, there is a large number of options within cPanel. They're all grouped in certain groups like preferences, mail. The one that we need for the statistics is called logs, and the statistics that we will be looking at is called AW Stats. Now if you click on this icon here, the AW Stats icon, that will come up with another page. The purpose of this page is that some accounts may have some add-on domains or parks domains set up in their account, which will then give you the choice to pick which domain name you want the stats for. Now we'll just look at this one. That'll open a new window and load the most current statistics. Now sorry about that. Since I'm doing this on the 1st of June, I'm going to look at a month back, May, to make it a bit more interesting. As you saw, you can go back in time, you can even go back in the years to look at your previous month's success or not. Now the website we're looking at here is not a very busy website, so the numbers you see here are not indicative at all of a successful website or a highly successful website, but nevertheless, the numbers will be good enough to make some explanations. Now on the left hand side here, you've got basically a little menu of all the parts of the statistics you can view. Most of these parts are clearly visible in the right hand side already. The right hand side is just a very long page with most of the statistics already contained on that page. Now to start off, there's a summary at the top. We're looking at the month of May of 2011. That'll show us that we've had 31 unique visitors. A unique visitor is a visitor that may have looked at multiple pages but will only count in one. Now these unique visitors, they've in total come 35 times, which means that one of those or more than one of those visitors have come multiple times to visit the website. That's like repeat visitors. That's generally a good thing. That shows that your website has a bit of stickiness and people are interested in what you've got to say. These over the month of May, 80 pages have been viewed. There's been 207 hits. The hit is any element on your website that gets loaded by a web browser. So when you have a web page that contains images, the page is a hit and each single individual image is counted as a hit as well. So if you have a page with 10 images on it, you'll count a hit is counted for the page, and each of those 10 images counts as a hit each as well. So for that one page you would get 11 hits. So hits is always quite a bit larger than visits. And the last value here is bandwidth. How much bandwidth, how many bytes, megabytes, gigabytes have been transferred to make your website show up in other people's browsers when they come and visit. Good, let's go to the next section. Now the monthly history that shows us pretty much the same values again. Along here, unique visitors, number of visits, pages, hits, bandwidth, and down here the month. Now you can see how the headings are color coded, and above that we have a bar graph. Now that the colors on the bar graph correspond to the colors in here. So this blue for pages corresponds to the blue in here. You also got the option of hovering your mouse over one of the bars, which will tell you that's hits, and there was 428 for the month of March. That's just a bit of history. Then you get to see what days of the month. Now we're looking at May only. That shows you that during May there was a bit of a busy period, busy-ish period towards the just after the middle of May. Well, there has been 2 visits on the 8th of May and so on, so you get a bit more detail here. Days of the week can be interesting. That shows you the weekdays and how many pages on average and how many hits on average have been viewed on each weekday, and again the bandwidth. So in this case you can see that, hold on a moment, on Saturday looks like this website is getting a lot of visits and hits on Saturdays. So that can be interesting. You'll find that if your website is particularly aimed at businesses, business to business website, you'll probably have most of your hits Monday to Friday. If it's more entertainment, you'll probably find that it's more Saturday, Sunday, maybe a little bit of Friday as well. Similar as with days of week, we also have a partition of hours in the of the day. So that'll show you what around about what day each day you've had visitors. So it looks like between 9 to 12 we have some visitors. Funny enough, around 10 AM we have a lull. After that, then there's a lunch break where pretty much no one wants to go on, and then from 2 till maybe 4:30ish there's quite a few visitors again. Then obviously there's a lull again here, probably people going home, relaxing, and it looks like 9 PM to 11 PM we have a bit more visitors. That's probably people trying to finish up for the day before they go to bed. So that can be interesting as well. Then we have a section that talks about what countries the visitors came from that looked at your website. So in this case we have most of them came from Australia. Still quite a few came from the United States, and we even had some from the European Union. Excuse me about that. Now hosts, this section here, that's a fairly technical section. There's not an awful lot you can do with that by itself. The data that you can derive from that is already shown in other sections, like for example the host blah 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 statictpg.com.au. well, obviously .au means that's from an Australian host. That's already pulled into here, so yeah, that's generally not something I would be concerned about. Authenticated users, if you have sections on your website where you need to log in, they should be counted here. Robots and spiders, that's the programs that search engines use to look at your website, to load your website and decide how they are going to display them in their search engine results. So you'll always, you always find some. Googlebot is the spider for Google, Yahoo Slurp is for Yahoo, MSN bot is for MSN, now Bingle probably as well. Another very interesting section is the visits duration. It can actually tell you how long people stay on your website. So in this not very successful website, 88%, nearly 90% of the visitors of visits were less than 30 seconds. So that's pretty much people going to the page, looking at it and going bah, and walking off. Then there's 11% that have stayed up to 2 minutes. Obviously that's not super successful either. I guess you want to have your visitors stay longer. File type, again, that's rather technical. That shows you, how the proportion is of pages and JavaScript and so on in hits. Pages URL top 25. That's quite an interesting section, I find. It actually tells you which page on your website has been viewed how many times. So that can be an eye-opener, or it can be just a confirmation of what you thought your website's most successful feature would be. Operating systems, it can tell you hits 75%, 76%, 77% have a Windows operating system. There's even some BlackBerry users. What web browsers they're using. But this doesn't show versions. If you click on this link here, full list versions, that will show you what versions of web browsers they're using. So Internet Explorer will then be split up into Internet Explorer 8, 7, 6, 5, 5, 5, and so on. This is quite an interesting section as well. Connect to site from basically shows you what web page people were on before they came to your website. So there's 7 visits came through Google. There's a few that came through the network calendar. The good information also is the search key phrases. What have people typed into Google and Yahoo and so on to find your website, to ultimately end up on your website. Now key phrases are full phrases, BNI Freeway, web page design, Joel Island. Whereas search keywords are words only. Miscellaneous, wouldn't bother. HTTP status codes, that is another section where you can get some information out of it. Basically shows, most important one here is 404, which basically means a visitor arrived at a page that doesn't exist on your website. Now 52% arrived there. That's not a really good percentage, but you can click on that 404 here, which will open another page that actually shows you which page they arrived at to see that didn't exist. So obviously custom.css doesn't exist, PHP my admin blah 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 doesn't exist. So that's quite that can be quite interesting, and show you if you've got incorrect links on your web page, or if there's some old search engine results in search engines. So yeah, look, feel free, log into your cPanel account, go to AW Stats, have a look at the statistics, browse around. As I said, you can go back and forth. Well, you can go back in time and look at all statistics like March and so on. So it can be quite interesting. Yeah, if you've got any questions, please let us know. So that basically concludes this instruction video. about how to view your web statistics and what's displayed in your web statistics. If there's any other instruction videos that you'd like to see us do, please let us know, and we'll endeavor to create a instruction video about whatever interests you most. Thank you very much, and I look forward to doing some more for you.